Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. We have a hair care video for you today, and not just any hair care, Olaplex hair care. Olaplex. They have a brand new product out. If you haven't heard about Olaplex, we're going to talk about the whole line, but they just introduced their intensive bond building treatment number 0. So we're going to focus on that today, but we'll talk about the whole line. If you're not familiar with Olaplex, you should be if you have chemically treated, processed, damaged hair, or if you're just trying to make sure your hair doesn't get damaged. This video, by the way, is of course not sponsored. This is truly my own opinion, but be forewarned, I love Olaplex. They've saved my hair. And so we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk especially about the new product. The premise behind the Olaplex system that we're going to talk about here is that it strengthens and builds the bonds of your hair. What does that mean? Well, the bonds and the way it protects the follicles of the hair and strengthens it's the tensile capacity of the hair. What does tensile mean? It's just a big word for the tension. So when we pull, when we're styling, when we're heating, when we're straightening, curling, and the hair gets pulled on, it is stronger and less likely to break, less likely to fray. That's what the bond strength is. So that is what Olaplex does and what it's built on. Like I said, whether you're strengthening already damaged hair or trying to prevent future damage, either one works. They are luxurious creations. We're going to talk about the numbered system and how it works, and we might as well start with the brand new product, which is the number 0 intensive bond building hair treatment. Olaplex puts more of their bond building ingredients the lower the number. And as you get up through the shampoos, conditioners, and styling treatments, they have a little bit less. So the lower the number, the stronger. So this one is the strongest. They actually call this an at-home salon treatment. It's kind of perfect for right now while so many of us are still inside. It's kind of nice to be able to do a salon treatment at home. So the way that this works is, and I'll insert some video here of me putting it in, you take dry hair and you coat it with the Olaplex number 0 until it is soaked through and completely covered. Now, I have more hair than the average bear, literally, and it took me some time with this little spout here that you see me using. And I will confess to you, princesses, that when I turned off the camera and stopped filming, I actually took off the cover and poured some into my hand and kind of did it that way. Though it's very liquidy and I probably wasted some. Not too bad. Let me try to get this up on the camera for you to see. This is one use with very thick hair. So you can kind of see how much I use there. It's actually not too bad. I have about 3 or 4 more uses in there, so that wasn't bad. When I just use this spout, that might work for some of you that have a little less hair than me, but I didn't want to be there all day. And as you can see from the video, I will insert, I got it all the way through and wet the hair with it. Then you let your hair just sit, just chill out for about 10 minutes. And then you add in a product already in the Olaplex line, which is the number 3 Hair Perfector. Right now, if you buy the number 0, it actually comes with a little number 3 sample, but I had one already in use. This is one that before number 0 was introduced, this is the formula that had the most powerful substance in it. And so it's now supposed to work in conjunction with the brand new number 0. So number 3, you put through the hair that is already been soaking in the number 0 for about 10 minutes. And then you let that sit for 10 more minutes or more. And then you go ahead and rinse it out. And shampoo. Now, before we get to the shampoo parts of the Olaplex, let's talk a little bit more about the number 0. I found it really interesting because I drenched my hair through with it. And then generally you use number 3 on wet hair. But now that we're doing this combination, you would do it on the hair that's wet by the number 0. Interestingly enough, and maybe it's just that my hair is really thirsty and needs this badly, my hair felt almost dry when I added in the number 3. It was like the follicles of my hair just sucked this baby up. It wasn't dry. I don't mean to imply that, but it did not feel wet and soaked with product. It's like in that 10 minutes, my hair follicles truly absorbed this. And then I added number 3. The number 3 hair perfector is meant to be used about once a week. You can use it more if you have really damaged hair, but for most of us about once a week. And now you can combine the number 0 with that. What I would probably do is use the number 3 once a week before shampooing, and then use the number 0 combined with the number 3 maybe every other week or every 3rd week, but I'll let you know how that goes. Also, just because it takes a little bit of extra time. You know, you got to get this through your hair, which isn't quick, and then let it sit for 10 minutes, and then you're putting this on for at least 10 minutes more. You're adding at least a half hour to your hair care routine, which for some people is no big deal, but for others of us, that, you know, that's extra time. Anyway, following that with number 4, the Bond Maintenance Shampoo, number 5, the Bond Maintenance Conditioner, which you use as a shampoo and a conditioner. And then before I styled, I went ahead with the number 6 Bond Smoother, which is just a styling treatment. And after styling, the number 7, which is the oil, the Olaplex oil. Put a little bit on your hand and just a little through the bottom. So let's talk about the whole experience. Can I tell that I added this to the ritual? Absolutely yes. My hair is smoother. Here it is. I literally just finished blow drying it about an hour ago. My hair is smoother. My hair is softer. My hair is kind of flowier, and it feels like I got a salon treatment. This stuff is no joke. So far, I am a huge fan. Interestingly enough, the number 3 on its own, though it has up until now the most bond strengthening ability, I never really saw much of a difference. So if you were like me and the number 3 never thrilled you, I mean, it was okay, but never thrilled you, try it in combination with this new number 0 treatment, and I think you'll be impressed, because I know I am, and I never was with number 3 alone. Now, why does it go from 0 to 3? Where is number 1 and number 2? Beats me. If you know, please tell me. I don't know if they're going to add it in there. They certainly picked number 0 for a reason. Maybe there's a 1 and 2 out there somewhere. I have 0, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So if you know where 1 and 2 is, could you comment below? Because I don't know. One last thing before we go that I really want to share with you, and this is interesting, and I have written into Olaplex to ask them this question, but maybe, princesses, one of you actually know the answer. It made my hair wet for longer. So I used the number 0 and then combined it with the number 3. I shampooed and conditioned as usual. And then what I always do is I put my hair up in a towel and go about my business in the house for about 45 minutes just to kind of let it dry a little bit, even air dry, before I blow dry it. Because my hair, as I told you, is very thick. Interestingly enough, today I got distracted by some issues that we're having at work with a denim company that I'm working with, who shall remain nameless. And I let it go about a half hour more. So rather than 45 minutes, it was about an hour and 15 minutes. Took down my hair out of the towel, princesses, and it was like I'd just gotten out of the shower. It was still really, really wet. And the only thing different about my hair care routine was adding in the number 0. And then when I went to blow dry it, it took a long time to blow dry. I use the Dyson dryer, and I can usually blow dry my hair, even though it's thick, because I'm using the Dyson, I can usually blow dry it in 10 or 15 minutes. It was about 25 minutes. It definitely almost doubled the time to dry my hair. And every time I would finish it and think it was dry, I would kind of go back in and touch it and realize it was still damp. Not with product. I don't mean that it was an oily product feel. I mean that it was wet. And I don't know if my hair was just retaining that moisture. I don't know if it was a fluke, but I promise you it was a very real phenomenon. So the only thing I would tell you is when on the days that you would use the number 0, give yourself a little bit more time. It's going to take longer to get it through, and oddly, it seems like it might take your hair longer to dry. However, I am thrilled with the results. I just feel it looks so smooth, and I'm feeling it here. It's so soft and manageable, dried easily, and we'll see. I'm hoping that it will last and feel this way for days. I would like to only have to use this every 2 or 3 weeks, as it is kind of an at-home salon treatment. Though the number 3 alone every week, maybe I'll start trying that again and see if it just kind of boosts the effects of the number 0 used with it every 3 weeks or so. Don't know. Tell me what you think. Are you going to try this number 0? I certainly recommend it, especially if you are already an Olaplex fan. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed, why haven't you? Please do, and help me build our little community here. I appreciate the support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.